What's happening, fight fans? Welcome back to the MMA Mindset. Wolkernite Fight Championship 5 is about 2 months away now. Pretty much two months away to the weekend, so really excited for it. The card shaping up really nicely. Got some great teams coming over, so make sure you get your tickets either through the fighters direct on the website using your fighter code, or if you've not got anyone that you're coming to support, just come and get the tickets anyway, because it's going to be a fantastic show. Like I said, you're going to get to see people who are going to go on to be PFL, Octagon, possibly even UFC fighters. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic. But without further ado, I've got one of the guys making their MMA debut on the card, which is always exciting. I'm joined by Jacob Pelper. Thank you very much for joining me, mate.
Yeah, no, it's no problem, man. It's no problem at all. I'm
Um,
looking forward to it, man. I really
yeah,
appreciate being on.
Yeah, not a problem, man. I love it when people make their MMA debut on the show because you never know how it's going to go, and because you don't know too much about them. You can kind of go through the gym because obviously you're from Bakehouse, and I know quite a lot of the guys from your gym, and you can kind of assess the kind of type of fight you're going to see based on the gym. But it's kind of like the unknown. Are you excited to kind of show what you can do on the 27th of July?
I want to get in there now, bro. To be honest with you, you know what I mean. I've been waiting for this for 2 years, and after everything I've been through, I feel like it's finally my time to show everyone what I'm made of. Do you know what I mean? I'm really looking forward to it, man. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, and another thing I like about people making their debut on the cards is you never know who you're seeing. Like you could be seeing the start of someone who's going to go on and take the sport by storm. Obviously, we've had people making pro fights like Ben Wallace, who's going on to
Yeah,
PFL now. He's fought on the card a few times, and you can never quite know what you're going to get. And it's an exciting time for the promotion. Obviously, you're training at Bakehouse. We've had a few of the guys fight from Bakehouse. Most recently,
yeah,
Shea Hammond picking up the victory. He's put himself in title contention now for that fight
yeah.
versus Sonny Crossman,
Chase
which
Money's
is
monster, bro.
yeah, Shea's great. And he kind of came out, and I thought he was going to strike, and he was like, "Nah," because what Kane O'Connor said to me pissed me off, saying I'm only a striker. So he wrestled his way through the fight and looked
Yeah.
phenomenal doing it. Obviously these guys have got some good experience. They've had quite a few fights. What are they like to be able to lean on and kind of watch and learn from?
Well, especially with guys like Shay, it's so good to be like sparring and getting rounds with him and doing drills with him because he's basically pro standard. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm watching him run through all these guys, and you could just see he's on another level. Do you know what I mean? I feel like me getting in rounds with people who are essentially pros like him, and the other people at Bakehouse like Evan who fought on the last card, and he KO'd the guy within 1 round. Do you know what I mean? And getting rounds in with those guys makes me feel like I'm just gonna be levels above my opponent coming into the octagon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and do you think Bakehouse at the moment is still a bit of an underrated gym? Because
Yeah, 100%.
there's always other gyms that people talk about, and I'm like, yeah, but obviously, have you
It's
seen
also
what?
I think it's also because it's called Bakehouse Boxing. Do you know what I mean? People just think it's just going to be a striking gym. They don't really, yeah, they completely underestimate the MMA side of it because it's so looked over.
Yeah, it's silly when people do that because, like, you look at Renegade, where Leon Edwards is from, and that's Renegade Jiu Jitsu, but
Yeah.
some of the best strikers in the game come out of that gym. So, yeah,
Willis also trains there, doesn't he?
you what? Sorry.
I think Ben Willis also trains at Renegade,
Yeah,
doesn't he
but
now?
yeah, exactly. Ben Wallace comes down to Renegade. You've got people like I know Tom Breeze is a fantastic grappler, but like Jai Herbert on the
Mm,
amateur scene. You've got Wes Tully who's turning pro now.
exactly.
Like they're not just the name of the gym means in terms of like MMA boxing means nothing. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited about what you guys are doing. Obviously just moving into how you kind of came to be this amateur MMA fighter. How did you get into the sport? What kind of inspired you to start training?
Well, it started when I was in secondary school. I always spoke about doing it, but then like I did like 2 lessons at Bakehouse, and then lockdown hit, and then I wasn't able to do it. And then I originally got into it just because I was just watching it, and I was just like, this, it's caught my interest. But then eventually, I wanted to just simply learn how to defend myself because I felt so almost just weak and kind of scared of just simply if I'm just like crossing down the road and just seeing a group of people getting a bit nervous. Do you know what I mean? Just and then now I'm like especially now, and they're like, well, come on then. If someone like says something to me, and then it went from just self defense into a real passion. And I say it every single day to everyone who I talk to about it. I've never had a passion for something as much as this, and I don't feel like anyone wants it as much as I do when it comes to being a world champion. And I feel like this is my first step into greatness, essentially. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. How come you decided that now was the right time to make your debut and to get a fight scheduled and lined up?
So I said I can have a cat me on at the door.
It's all right. I said, how come it was like now you've decided, right, it's time to take a fight and begin this career moving forward?
Well, it's a long story, man, but I'll cut it short here. Like I've wanted this for 2 straight years. The moment I put a pair of gloves on, I felt I wanted to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was learning how to defend myself, at the moment I started sparring, I was like, I want to do this. I know I'm going to be good at it. And basically, like 2 years of just constant hard work and being basically forced not to fight because people I used to live with, they weren't having it. You know what I mean? They were like, no, you're not doing that. You're going to do this and this. You're going to go uni. You're going to get this degree, and then you're going to have this job. And then in my head, I was like, but I don't want to do that. That's not my life. And then I literally just moved out. I moved out of that house. I literally just packed my bag and left. And I said, no, I'm not dealing with that. I want to do this. And then I left, and I got myself a job so I could pay my way through to get to training sessions. And here I am now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want anything in my life, and
yeah.
this is the first step. And my opponent right now, he's one step. He's just a person that's trying to stop me from achieving my goal, and that's why I know full well I want it more than him, and I'm going to run through this guy.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice. Like I said, it's a sacrifice that will spur you on because you have to do this. Then it's not a case of, oh, I just kind of want to do this. I want to kind of see what it's all about. It's like, no, I have to do this. So no, I respect that. I've had people in my life that was like, oh, really? What this MMA stuff? Don't you just want to go and do this or
Mm,
that? And I'm like, nah, because it's a passion at the end of the day. It's what
exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to get out of bed and have to do something that I'm like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. What's the
Yeah.
point in doing that? So no, I 100% agree with you there. And yeah, I think as we're moving forward and we're progressing and the sport's getting bigger in the UK, people are becoming more accepting of it and the eyes are coming to it. And yeah, people are not being a little less silly when they come to talking about MMA. So yeah, that's great to hear. Obviously, just speaking about your opponent, you know much about him, seen anything about him or anywhere about where he
I've
trains
seen
and
I've
stuff?
seen I've seen some videos of him, yeah, like with the gym that he trains at and stuff. I don't want to say too much about what I know about him, obviously, but like no, I've seen some parts of him, yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's one of those fights, like I said, where it's just so unknown about what's going to happen. I'm really excited about seeing it. Is Shea, because I know Shea's not going to be ready for a fight in July, unfortunately. Is he
Yeah.
coming to the card? Is he going to be in your corner, or what's your corner team looking like for the night?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain Shea will be in my corner, yeah, which makes me even like so much more confident because having someone like Shea in your corner, I mean, I can't really ask for a better person to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Because he's had so many fights and he's won with like more than he's lost. You know what I mean? He's basically a pro now. He's going to be fighting for a title. So having someone like him who's had that experience in the cage and knows what to do and what not to do, compared to a coach that hasn't fought in I don't know like 10 years or something. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just levels above this guy, but especially having Shay in my corner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like I said, it's good to have, and I think we've seen it a lot more and more. Is more the young fighters being in the corner of the young fighters rather than just the coaches because the coaches they obviously they haven't got they've got the experience and stuff but they haven't got the recency to be like right so this is how people fight at the moment in the cage and this is what it feels like in the cage at the moment so yeah it'll be good to have Hammond there. Do you have a I know you've already kind of laid on it a little bit, do you have a prediction for the fight or how you see the fight going?
I feel like I'm going to stop this guy. I feel I don't see this fight going the distance by any means at all. I don't think he's prepared for what I'm going to bring to him. I feel like the moment I get my hands on this guy, he's going to realize that he's stepping in there with someone who's willing to die for what he wants. Do you know what I mean? And it's as simple as that. I don't think he's ready for how much power I have in my hands, the leg kicks I'm going to give him, the body kicks, every single part of his body. I'm gonna hurt. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. I can't even really say much more about it. I'm that confident that I'm going to beat this guy.
Yeah, and
I
obviously
feel
you.
like on in grappling exchanges, anything. I don't think he's prepared for the grappling I have as well because, like you said earlier, Bakehouse is underrated. People thinking like Shea was just a striker, and then he showed full well that he ain't no striker. You know what I mean? He's probably one of the most well-rounded people in there.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, if everything goes your way, there's no problems, there's no injuries, and you've waited so long to get to this point, what are you looking
Yeah,
like for the rest of 2024? Because I know we've got obviously an August show, and then we've got a show coming at the end of the year as well. So is it something that you kind of want to rack up a few fights this year?
yeah, 100%, 100%. Like if this fight, when this fight goes the way I want it to, I'll feel like I want to fight in August. Do you know what I mean? Like especially no damage taken. August, and then even the one in December. After the August one. So I'm ready to fight whenever because like right now, I want to get in there right now and the crap out of this guy.
Yeah, exactly. When we said when I interviewed a guy called Logan just before, he said I said that we love to see people come back because people come back and they know that means they respect the show, they like the way the show's run. So yeah, we'd be really really glad to see you back, and we'll always try and rematch guys who have been on the card because at the end of the day, we want like the UFC, like Bellator, like PFL, you want kind of like a roster and
Yeah,
then you can
yeah,
build up fights. People could be like, "Oh, well, he won and he won," so and they want to fight each other. So yeah, it's kind of
yeah,
something that we want to build there. It'll be good, Jacob. But I really appreciate you coming on, mate. And I mean, after what you've been saying, I'm really excited to see what you can do inside the cage.
yeah. Exactly, man. Like I've been waiting for this for so long, and just to even hear the announcer say the name Jacob Pepler, it's just one of those things where it'll be like a dream come true. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing quite like it when you walk out, music hits, and
Yeah,
you walk into
exactly.
the cage and the focus, and then you hear the if we have Safe back as well, the guy who the ring announcer who does it, he proper goes for it. I love it. I love him. He proper makes
Yeah.
a buzz out of it. So yeah, it'll be fantastic. But really excited to see you fight, Jacob, and yeah, it's going to be
I'm
one
looking
hell of a
forward to it.
show. Yeah, not a problem. Like I said, make sure you get your tickets. Link in the description. Head over to Jacob's Instagram as well if you want to get tickets through him. I'll put all that details in the link in the description. But no, fantastic night of fights we've got planned on the 27th of July. Come see Jacob make his MMA debut as well. It's going to be a fantastic night of fights. And yeah, all the best. And we will see you in about 8 weeks' time, mate.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, man.
Magic. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
No problem.